Stay tuned for fun and games with my comedian friends as we take on love in 2015 next on Views and Vibes.
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong. Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The action team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
The look of love seems to be in every evolving circumstance, constantly changing with the mood and manner of society at large. As such, we as social scientists are responsible for re-examining this phenomenon in real time as it occurs. Joining me today are the real critics and examiners of American culture. 3 comedians who are ready to tell you what love is and what love ain't in 2015. Please help me welcome from Joke Slingers, Johno Cain, comedian Jamon Darnell. And after 5 years of working behind the camera as my floor director and producing and hosting his own talk show right here on CTV, I bring to you one and only J.C. Rademas.
Thank you, Omari.
Did you get my name right? Yes. No, I don't think you did. Welcome to the Views and Vibes, guys. Glad to have you here, ready to talk about relationships. You know, as comedians, you know, it's your job to look at the world the way it is and basically turn it on its head. I want to do that with love today.
All right.
Love in 2015. What is love in this year, 2015? You know, comparing it to what it used to be, we know things change. You know, people approach relationships differently. So when you look at 2015, where we are right now, what is love to you? Anybody?
Oh yeah, you just wanted to be thrown out there?
Yeah, sure. Johno, start with Johno. Go ahead.
Yeah. Man, love is whack. Love is, you know, it's a big stereotype, man. Like it lumps you into a category and they put you where they want you. You got to be.
Who does?
Well, society in general, man.
Okay.
Because like the ultimate question is what people think love is versus what love actually is. And I would say that love actually is just one word and it's unconditional. But like nobody knows that, you know what I mean? Like you can put so many labels like love is marriage, it's a house, it's a steady job, it's, you know what I mean? Like it's commitment, it's a dedication to people. But like, you know, like I love my dad, you know what I mean? But like being in love with somebody.
Like your dad?
Yeah, you know,
That's
like
terrible.
that's illegal now.
Yeah, it is. It is. A few things.
Disgusting. I say love is, it's security. And I give you the example of this, and it changes from, say, for some people, from your 20s to your 30s and 40s. For men, security is having a good-looking woman in your 20s.
Okay.
And for women, it's having physical security. Someone who's going to be able to kick that dude's ass if he comes over here and starts talking junk or whatever.
Right.
But when you get older and you realize, where's he taking you where he's got to fight all the damn time? You know? So when you get in your 30s and 40s, you realize for the dude, it doesn't matter if she's hot. Is she going to take care of you when you're sick? Is she going to cook for you? Is she going to pick you up at 3 o'clock in the morning when you broke down or drunk somewhere? For the woman, it's will he be able to take care of me when we get older and have family and kids? That's what love is.
Okay.
Okay, I was listening to both guys, and from what I understand,
Did it make sense to you?
Not really, because you said love in 2015.
Right,
That love
now.
sounded like love in 1815.
Right.
Love in 2015, Tariiq, is having no points in a tennis match. That's about what love is
Wow.
in 2015.
Okay.
In 2015.
Okay.
Like,
And what do you mean by that? Break that down for us.
Exactly that. It's a zero. Love doesn't even exist. Love is more or less like a handshake and a pat on the back
So where'd it go then? Where's love at now? Where did it go?
I don't
Who
know.
lost the love?
I don't know what year love was shot. I don't know when love had a funeral, but love is dead.
Yeah, I think it's just a marketing ploy. You know what I mean? Like, it is. It's a way to get you money. It's a way to get you to submit. You know what I mean? And to, you know, like you can be in love with something, but like if you're in love with someone, a lot of times it takes your focus off of the love of something that you want to do in life, or like it can prevent you from.
So you're sacrificing.
You're
Love
sacrificing
calls
a
for
lot.
sacrifice. Love in 2015 calls for sacrifice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, I can agree.
Yeah.
Love and
So in order to get love,
Mm-hmm.
you have to give something up.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that? Why do you feel that? Why do you feel that's the
People
way?
are uncompromising. You know,
Oh.
people want you to be unselfish in the name of their selfishness. You know?
Okay.
I would say that's the reason for divorce in 2015, because people
Which is
are
an
uncompromising.
extremely high
'Cause
rate.
Exactly. It's not that hard, but when nowadays, and I totally understand why it is for the woman's side, and for the even in this era for the guy side too. For the woman, picture this: you're a little girl and you're raised up being told, don't depend on no man. You're independent. You can do what you want. You're a survivor. You can do everything. And then you meet me, and you have to listen to me from now on. Or not even now on. It's like, hey, where you think you're going? Hey, you can't do that. You can't do this. Who the hell you talking to? Get out. Because I tell you, don't you ever move in with a woman in 2015 or from this point on. Don't ever do it, because when they get mad, the first thing they do is get the hell out of my house. Now, not so much.
Sound like he had a problem.
But let me,
Well,
sound like experience right there. But let me ask you this though: do men still feel the need to control their women in 2015?
yes, they always have. They always will.
Why?
Women-
Why? I mean, if women have gained their sense of independence, why haven't men evolved to the point where we don't feel like we have to control them anymore?
Because that's their tradition.
Their who?
Just like that's the tradition.
Oh,
Did
okay.
I say it right? Okay.
All right, the first one.
That's the tradition. And they see it that way too. The only thing is now, it's not so much that. A lot of times, women aren't getting married at 19 and 20 anymore. They're getting
No,
married.
they're going to college, where guys aren't.
Right.
Right.
And they're getting married later on in life in their 30s. So all this time, they're 32, 35, 37 years old. They've been doing whatever they wanted to do. And now I'm going to listen to you? Shh. Yeah, right.
But are you telling me, but you just said that, they are raised in households where they're told that anyway, so they were doing that beforehand. So the mindset of a woman in 2015 is to be independent, to make up their own decisions, to make up their own mind. So it doesn't matter at what point a man comes into her life, she's not at a frame of mind where she's going to put up her hand and say, okay, I'll do whatever you want me to do.
And that's the problem that I'm talking about,
that's
Tariiq.
the problem. Okay.
Yes, that's why
the
the problem is.
So the problem is women being too independent, or women being independent at all.
There's not a problem with being independent. There's a time where you got to say, you know what, I'm going to let you have this one. You're the man of the house.
Wow.
Even if it's not your house. Her name is on it, so forth. If you want this relationship to work, you got to fall back. And there's a lot of times you're like, no, I painted this house, I bought this house, I did this, I did that. No. If I want a ceiling fan in the damn bathroom, I'm going to put it there. Who are you to tell me I'm not?
Johno, what do you think, man?
He knows I'm right.
No, man. Like, no. I think I do. Like, I think women do need to be more submissive in the household, just from a traditional setting and stuff like that.
Bing.
You do have to have a leadership role.
We gonna
And I
get
don't
some
have a
letters.
problem- I don't have a problem with the man being the submissive one if the household worked it out, and that they're, you know what I mean, like it's their prerogative to put people in charge. My mom was better with money than my dad was, so she was in charge of all the finances.
Right.
But like, when it came to who was gonna get their butt beat, Dad was the one that beat the butt, or like Dad paid for the bills, Dad went out and worked for the bills. So there's always like a split, road to go through. But I think both people being more submissive to each other, and it goes back to that unconditional thing, is that you're both in the same sinking ship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So sinking ship. Wow. Okay.
Whoa, where's that ship sinking to?
It is a sinking
Right.
Man,
Love-
again,
so
I guess that just focus on no love again.
Okay,
it's a sinking
so
ship.
love is now, I guess, see, I told you love died. He said it. It's a
Y'all
sink-
killing it.
Love
That's
is
why.
a sinking ship in 2015.
Okay.
That is a lucky woman
Like,
you
but
have.
love, I think when we get away with why love is missing, because we so much concentrating on love prior to the process of getting to love. And that's friendship.
So we want it too much. We want love too much.
Yeah,
We're looking for love so hard that once we get it, we don't know what to do with it.
Love right now, people want it just like a Hot Pocket, just ding. No, it's a process, and you have to be friends. You know.
So you have to work through the process. You have to work.
Exactly.
Okay.
You got to start out somewhere, and because we are looking for love to just be like air, we don't appreciate it or know how to get to it.
Okay. We're going to have to continue this conversation on the other side of this commercial, so stick around. We have more views and vibes right after this. Really? Sinking ship?
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Views and Vibes, everybody. We're sitting here with 3 comedians examining the love question in 2015. I want to move on to trying to find love. It's a different process than it used to be in order to find a mate now in 2015. How do you find love in 2015?
This was the first thing you gotta do. You gotta not let her know what you have, right?
Before you have to find her first. Who
once
is she?
you find her.
Where did you find her first?
Okay, all right, so.
How'd you go about finding her?
Well, that's the whole thing. You gotta, like, I'm a traditional guy, right?
So you go to clubs?
No, I don't. You know, I'm out, you might meet her. You just, like, it's like $1 in the wind right now today.
You got mail.
My man got cliches for days. Like, where do you find her? Like, is she like, walking down the street?
Tinder, man.
You might know
like,
her.
you trip her? Or you, like a friend of yours?
Well, hopefully,
a distant cousin?
if you've known her for a while, then you can find out, hey, we've been cool and everything. We've been hanging out. I never made a pass at you and everything. How about we hang out a little more? And then a little more. And then a little more. And then you'll really find out.
You break her down, basically.
Yeah, and find out if that's the one for you. If not, you just like, okay, I see right now this won't work. And then you say, so who's your friend?
Next. So how do you actually find love, Johno? How do you find love? How do you find that person in order to even begin the process of?
I think step one is not to look for it.
Okay. So forget the internet. Don't even, put up a profile.
Yeah,
or anything.
like, sure, if you're going, like, people do that. People date and they get online and they try to find somebody matched up with their chemistry and stuff because, they're busy or whatever. But like, when you're looking for love, anytime you're looking for something, I never find my keys if I'm looking for them. Never. You know what I mean? It's always, or my glasses are on top of my head and I'm looking everywhere for them. But the second I stop looking for them, that's when I find them.
Okay.
It's like, so you kind of have to you can't have a proactive approach into something like that because it's never going to go right. You know what I mean? So, but like if you're looking for somebody, people use, like I've used dating sites, you know what I mean? But it's never to find love.
Wow.
It's
to
never
find
to
what?
find love.
What are you looking for then on there, Johno?
It's late at night and I'm trying to have some fun,
All right. All right. And Carlos?
That was a great answer. I love that.
Carlos
Do
relates.
you want to know where to find love?
I mean, what's the process of finding it?
The best place to find love.
I mean, what's the process of actually finding someone to match up with now?
Okay. I'm going to tell you the best place to find it and the process. The process is to find someone that you have equal interest with, for the most part. I would say go to, if you really care about music, go to places that play your type of music. And that would be, at least you got that in common. And then you just go around, get friendly with people. And
how do you do that, Carlos? How do you get friendly with people at a concert? With the music
just
playing
say,
all loud
hey,
and everything. How do you actually?
See, you go to places where you can talk. That's why I don't go to the discotheque no more.
The discotheque.
Oh, yeah. I used to be a disco inferno. And
Disco.
That was after the date.
Exactly.
That Inferno party.
well, I had a couple of those, Tariiq. Hey, man, what I tell you after the show was in confidentiality. So you talk to, you go to places like, I like to hang out at jazz spots or something like that, and that way you can talk to them and you have the music in common and you find out where their heads are, because that's what's most important. And he's right about being friends and such and so forth. Now, where Johno, where I can't disagree with him more about, is looking for it. If you don't look for you, I find my keys every time I look for them. If I sit on the edge of the bed saying, man, where my keys at? And I stay there, I ain't gonna get them. I gotta go out there and find them. You look for what you want. If I want to find a good pair of shoes, I gotta go to the store. Okay. So, and you look around there. Best place that I would say, anybody out there listening, looking, and you're lonely right now, and you're at the edge of the bed, and you really want somebody in your life.
And you're watching this show, yes.
Yes, so that tells you right there, your life is just messed up. You made some bad decisions. So I would say, go to school. That's the best place you can meet somebody. Go to school.
Go to college.
And you have that in common. You already know that they're about something. You might even learn a thing or two if you take a pencil. and there's plenty of women in it. And you already know this, Tariiq. More women go to school than men.
Oh, by far.
So that's the place to go.
When I go to, I'm sincerely, when I go work in the high schools, I tell young men that all the time. Like, you sitting around here getting in trouble and not focusing in school and not even thinking about college. If you really want to chase women, graduate from high school, go to college. Because there's a lot more than there than you.
Yeah.
So you have better chances. But they don't listen to that anyway.
I always thought that it was wise if you wanted a good woman. And I tell any teenage guy that's in school, you get your interest in girls, I say, hey, you know where to find a really good girl? Go to the library, because that's where good women are. They love to read. They love to find themselves before we do. We don't care about ourselves sometimes. We just like, whatever. Hey, girl. But if you really are interested in a good woman,
go to the library.
Go to the library. And like Johno said, he mentioned something that's very important that we don't concentrate on anymore, and that's chemistry. I think that the most important part of a relationship, any relationship, for it to be lasting, you gotta have great chemistry. Right. If the chemistry isn't there, then it's just like two magnets with the same pole. They're gonna shoot apart. It's bound to happen.
Okay. Well, like I said, in 2015, people do use the internet. They go on their sites, they build their profiles. Is that something we shouldn't be doing?
No. No, you should be doing that.
Okay.
You should?
Yes.
You should be building profiles?
Because, just like what he said.
Okay.
If you want to go out there and have a good time, man, let me tell you something. I had to stop.
So don't look for love on the internet. Don't look for love. Look for a good time.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me tell you what's on the internet, Tariiq.
What's on the internet, JC? What's on the internet? Break it down for me.
All right. Crazy women and opportunistic men.
Okay.
Which is why I was there. But imagine this. If you have an attractive woman, because a lot of people that are looking for love now on the internet are in their 30s and older. A lot of them, not all the time, but a lot of them, they've had a rough way to go. All right, so if you got an attractive,
they have a lot of damage,
so much baggage. So if they're, say, over 35, really attractive, you need to get out of there, because she's went through her friends. Nobody at work wants to hook her up. And don't let them not have any female friends either.
She could be divorced. She could be like, just looking for new outlets, because she was with somebody for 10, 15 years prior to that.
That could be true.
And now she's looking for different options.
But you need to find that guy that she was with 15 years prior.
Say, hey, what's up with this skirt? What's wrong with her?
I talk to that guy.
So is that a part of finding love in 2015? Background checks?
Yeah, because they do it. They do it.
Well, I'm kind of against the internet thing, based on
you don't have a computer.
1 word, 3 syllables. Catfishing. You never know what you're going to get. I think you should meet the person, and then you guys can talk online. Right. Exactly. Don't go looking for. You don't know who. There might be a guy on the other end, and you just really thinking you're talking to Nancy, and you really talking to Ned.
Look, hold on real quick, because I know we got to go. You can have the same thing in person. You meet Felicia, and then 5 years later, here comes, not Fred, but some crazy broad that you didn't hook up with in the beginning. Like, who are you 5 years later?
Yeah, no, that's
we got to
true.
go to break.
Thank you. I'm glad Carlos sent us a break. You heard what Carlos said. We're going to break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Views and Vibes, everybody. I'm Tariiq Omari Walton, sitting here with 3 comedians looking at love in 2015. And we talked a little bit about, hooking up and finding people. We talked about what love is and what love isn't. Let's talk about marriage.
Oh, yeah.
No one on this panel is married, but you're divorced.
Yeah.
A couple of us have been engaged before. Is marriage even still relevant in 2015?
Well, it could be, but okay, I just had to do that because of divorce. Like, I just say, like, marriage isn't, like, some people get married just for the wedding. Sure. Like, look at our wedding pictures, but you gotta marriage is about the relationship. So before you even get married, establish a relationship. So I think that was the one thing I really didn't do. I think I was listening to everybody, oh, you're shacking up, you need to get married. Well, hey, guess what? If you get an extended test drive on the vehicle, keep it. Keep it.
But don't pay for it.
Well, it's an extended test drive. Why pay for it until you get a call like, hey, do you know we still got your license? And then you go, oh, let me go back up to the car dealership. That's almost like how I feel. I was
send the cops after you.
Yeah, I was the bad guy. I'm not gonna lie. I was the bad guy. I was horrible in marriage. I was like,
Jamal's talking more about leasing. He wants to lease that thing extended. He wants to keep paying for it, but never own it.
I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is, okay, you're interested, you're dating a woman and everything. You really don't know. Like, we know that there's sometimes situations where this person is really putting up a facade where you really don't know who they are until down the line, right?
So don't you need to be married in order to find that out?
No, what you need to find out who they are is to really strip each other of everything materialistically. Find out who they are. If they got your back when you at the bottom, then you pretty much know that they're going to be with you when you're at the top.
So in other words, you have to fail in order to find out whether they really love you.
Exactly.
Start at the bottom. If you're going to get married, start at the very bottom.
The real test is, and he's totally right about that, the real test is if you're starting at the bottom and then you get here, how you are going to be when you get there. Because now, the one thing that's so attractive to women is success. So when you start doing better and you getting more of these chicks in your face, how are you going to act? Are you still going to be there for her?
Is it success or is it hard work that they're attracted to?
Success. No, women like shiny things.
They do.
So,
and that really comes down
they like
to
the results of the hard work.
Yeah.
As opposed to
that really comes down to
the
why
process
I think marriage is still relevant and will always be relevant is because it's a division of property. At the end of the day, when you got your divorce, what was the big thing? What was the real reason you were married? It was to figure out what she got and what you got at the end of the day.
No.
He didn't have anything. He was pretty clean.
I got married based on the fact that it was like almost like listening to others. Like, oh, y'all guys are there. Okay, well, let's get married. Like you stay together. And,
so it's peer pressure, basically.
Well, if you call it peer pressure when it's coming from people that are older than you, yeah. But it's like, yo.
Why do you have to go the extra step and put, like, let's say a ring or a piece of paper or something like that? If the idea of love, the original point was that we wanted to know what love is, and if love is, like I feel it should be, is unconditional, then why do I have to, what's the extra step? What's the extra piece of paper? What's that extra commitment? What's that extra proof to that person that, like, if we're going to be together, if we're going to be in love, we're going to be together forever?
I tell you what it's
forever
about.
Anyway.
I tell you what it's about. It's about making her happy. A lot of times, women want to be married. But if your woman is fine with the way things are, then why get married? I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito, they dated for like 30 years. Then they got married, divorced 4 years later.
Yeah.
You know, why they did it, I don't know. But they were
you're
finding
saying
a way
that
to
marriage ruins relationships?
No, I don't know what happened to them, but they clearly shouldn't have gotten married. There's plenty of people that do that.
Yeah.
When I get married, it's pretty much because she wants to, and I want to make her happy.
Yeah, but why is it a deal breaker if you didn't? Let's just say
It's up to her.
Well,
You have to explain that to an old girl.
That's what
If
he's
the girl
asking. Why
is
it a
fine
deal
with
breaker
it,
for her? Why would it be a deal breaker for her if you
If you
decide that
said
you don't
no-
want to get married?
If you were like, nah, I don't want to get married, then it's a deal
then what's the
breaker.
deal with you? I mean, if that's what you don't want, then y'all shouldn't be together. But if she's cool with that, then. But if she's cool with
But I
you
think
being
it
the
was
way it is,
said
then go
originally
ahead.
too is that like women, I think, and statistically, like when they did a study on it to where women don't see the person that they're getting married to, they see the wedding. You know what I mean? Like that is their vision. So they don't care if it's you, the person they've been with their whole life, or just some
You
dude
just fill the
that
spot.
walked in that filled the spot. They
Right.
want that wedding. They
Well,
want the Instagram pictures by the Christmas tree with the family and the dog and the hat.
Look,
and the,
it goes like this,
you
John.
know, like-
when you ask a woman when you're dating, if you ask a woman where you see yourself in 5 years, they'll say, I see myself married, 2.5 kids, house over here, whatever. You ask a dude how you see yourself in 5 years, I'm working here, I'm making this type of money, I got jet skis, I got women, because that's what they hold as the hardest thing to get.
Well, what if you ask
the hardest
dude
thing for
that's
us,
just straight honest? You ask her, or she's straight honest. You say, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And she's like, well, right now it's really foggy. I really can't see.
that's when
really
most
can't
guys will
see.
say, hey, I can dig it.
Hey,
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
like
I'm on
marriage,
that,
I think what happens is, Tariiq, with the marriage thing, you know, once you get married for some, they forget why they wanted to marry each other. They forget about the commitment. They forget about the friendship. They forget about the bond and the unity that they had prior to saying, I do. And unfortunately, for the mindset of individuals, it's almost like a trigger word, I do. It's like, okay, you hear I do. Now some people say, hey, all right, now I can do all this other stuff that I've been keeping bottled up. Hey, let all of that out. Cry. For your guy, men, listen, where are we? Right here? Listen, sometimes, guys, cry with her. Let her see your tears. Let her see your weakness so she'll understand where your strengths lie. That'll keep your relationship strong. Don't be afraid to shed a tear. Just bust out one day. Just pick her up from work crying.
I do it every
that
Sunday.
service announcement-
I
that
do it
public
every
service
Sunday
announcement comes
when the
from.
Redskins lose. She sees that, and it's almost every Sunday.
yeah.
Basically.
Cry.
So, so are you saying, so basically, just because we're running short on time here, when you're looking at love in 2015, are you saying that, number one, love no longer exists, that's been co-opted by not in the social media, but just in terms of the society, in terms of the marketing, big companies, and marriage for the most part just doesn't work? Is that what we're saying here?
That's not what I'm saying at
Well,
all.
we're saying that marriage
You're
can
asking
work
that-
if
you're
you know
getting
how
that-
to work it.
That's what
You're
John
talking
was saying.
to
I'm saying, throw
the
it out.
divorced dude and
You
the
know?
dude that doesn't want to get married.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to like Native American days, and you just trade a horse, you get you a
Wow.
woman.
Hey, I think we just keep it real and just say, if she say, I want to get married, and you've been together for a long time, tell her, listen, we are married. We just don't need the Census Bureau to know about us being here.
That's all he has.
That's it.
I say it's all on the individual. If she doesn't want to get married, or she's not as stuck on getting married as you are, then y'all should be together. If you don't care and she wants to get married, then be together. I mean, y'all work that out amongst yourself. Y'all know what y'all want. If you want to be with her, go ahead and put a ring on it. If you don't, then bounce. Go somewhere else to somebody that doesn't want to.
Okay.
I think modern day love is a distraction.
Hey,
Okay.
if you're together and you feel like it's going to be forever, it's a marriage, with or without a ring.
All right.
This is true.
All right, y'all just confused me to death, but I want to thank y'all for coming to Views Vibes anyway. Let me thank Johno Cain, Jamon Darnell, and JC Rademas for joining us today. If you'd like to find out more about my guests, please visit our website, viewsandvibes.com. Until next time, I'm Tariiq Omari Walton, and this has been Views and Vibes.